A pristine, white envelope sealed with a blood-red wax stamp slid under the front door. Inside, a card read, "You're invited to the annual holiday Fright Fest. Grand Mansion, midnight. Endless treats and cheese." It was signed with a spooky, yet festive, cobweb-shaped signature. Jerry's eyes widened at the word cheese, while Tom's narrowed with a plan. They arrived at a massive, Gothic mansion draped in garlands of glowing, eerie green lights and topped with a crooked, tinsel-covered weather vane shaped like a bat. Giant, menacing candy canes flanked the path like sentinels. A chill ran down their spines, but the smell of gingerbread wafting from inside was too tempting to resist. Tom reached for the giant, brass door knocker shaped like a goat's head. Before he could touch it, its eyes glowed red, and it bellowed, "Who dares disturb my... Oh, guests, do come in." The heavy oak door creaked open on its own, revealing a dark, cobwebby foyer. As they crept inside, a seemingly normal strand of holly and ivy garland suddenly uncoiled from the banister like a snake. It wrapped around Tom, holding him tight, while its berries popped menacingly. Jerry, being small, dodged it and tickled the garland's leaves until it unraveled in a fit of giggles, releasing a very flustered Tom. They tiptoed into a grand ballroom where the chandelier was covered in sleeping, fuzzy bats. Jerry, trying to cross quietly, stepped on a loose floorboard that let out a loud squeak. The bats woke up, not to attack, but to play. They swarmed Tom, using him as a giant bouncy ball, pinging him around the room. Spotting a magnificent cheese wheel on a silver platter in the dining hall, Jerry made a dash for it. But the floor was a sheet of supernatural ice. He skidded past the cheese, while Tom, giving chase, slid comically into a suit of armor, causing it to clatter to the ground. The fallen suit of armor stood up, reassembled itself, and pointed its lance at Tom. A chaotic chase ensued, with the armor clanking loudly after them. Jerry, thinking fast, rolled a tiny, glowing ornament under its feet. The armor slipped on the magical ice and slid right out an open window. Exhausted, Tom collapsed into a large, plush armchair. The chair immediately grew a mouth and arms, giving him a tight, smothering hug. Another chair chased Jerry. They only let go when Tom and Jerry switched places, confusing the possessive furniture long enough to escape. In the hall stood a towering grandfather clock whose face had a sinister grin. As it chimed a spooky version of Jingle Bells, its pendulum swung wildly, trying to swat them. Tom and Jerry had to duck, dive, and roll in perfect sync to avoid being knocked out. Seeking refuge, they hid in the library. But the books had other plans. A monster manual snapped its pages at Tom, while a cookbook rained down meatballs on Jerry. They had to use the flying books as stepping stones to get to the other side of the room. Their squabble was forgotten when the mansion's main attraction appeared. The ghost of Christmas Frights, a large, jovial yet terrifying phantom who wanted to keep them as his permanent playmates. He could phase through walls and had a mischievous, booming laugh. Cornered, Tom and Jerry looked at each other. For the first time all night, they nodded in agreement. They had to work together. Jerry pointed to the mistletoe hanging from a doorway, which was glowing with a faint anti-ghost light.